Hey, welcome to Dice Camera Action. I'm your Dungeon Master, Chris Perkins, and here we are once again. And it's possible Nate will be joining us. Like last week, he might just...
He's literally trying to find Wi-Fi right now. He's on tour.
He's on tour,
so
there are challenges. But if he finds a Wi-Fi, he will crash the game, and we will just pretend like he was always here. Previously in Dice Camera Action, the Waffle Crew was celebrating Trolltide when their residence came under attack by the Xanathar Guild, which was retaliating for infractions against them by the Waffle Crew. Or that's kind of how it kind of went down. Anyway, the place got a little battered up, but it's still standing. It's still standing. Everything's okay. And some days, a little while later, after the dust had settled, the Waffle Crew learned that the Xanathar was not done with them yet. A delivery arrived in the form of a moldy coffin held aloft by some gas spores. That coffin contained the severed head of one Noska Urgray, a former Xanathar Guild dwarf enforcer who turned traitor. In addition to his severed head, there was his crossbow and the petrified hand and shattered torso of what may be a Lathander worshipper, as evidenced by the petrified holy symbol on the shattered bust. The petrified hand was also holding a scroll tube. The party fought the gas spores, destroyed them. Some more gas spores came up out of the head of the dead dwarf. Those were dealt with. Evelyn, using her divine sense, detected the presence of a fiend nearby in the street. And although this fiend was in human form, she attacked him. A melee ensued, assisted by Binwin Bronzebottom, a dwarf who had come to the Waffle House for waffles and found pies instead. Evelyn and Binwin murderated the fiend, which turned out to be a Rakshasa, a tiger-headed creature with backward-facing hands. And as Binwin dealt it the death blow, its severed tiger head warned Binwin that it was. But then the City Watch showed up, and Binwin gave them his card. Meanwhile, Strix, using her word of recall for the first time, teleported herself, the Waffle Kids, and Diath to her sanctuary in the Waffle House, Diath having managed to secure the scroll from the coffin moments before disappearing. As the City Watch cordons off Trollskull Alley again, and take questions.
How many times is it?
Questions, witnesses again. It becomes apparent exactly what had transpired. And when they see the pool of ichor that used to be this Rakshasa, it becomes clear that whatever you killed was probably evil and probably up to no good.
See, it worked out.
Yes, and Evelyn made a very compelling case.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the facts of life. If it's evil, and shall be smote.
And smote it was. Diath, you're clutching this scroll as you're in this room with these kids and Strix.
Yeah, Strix will sort of also be like, "Yay, it worked!" and then like look at Diath and be like, "I didn't mean to bring you. I just did it because I was scared."
That's fine, Strix. Do we like have a moment now? Is everything kind of like finally calmed?
As far as you can tell, sequestered in this room that you've just teleported to, things seem pretty calm.
Okay.
You have no. There is no window in this room that faces out onto the street where the action was happening, so you can't really see what's going on out there. What is going on out there is the City Watch are now starting to poke around that moldy old coffin lying in front of your house and are looking inside at the petrified parts and the severed dwarf head.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh, 2 p.m. I think it's time to put the kids to bed.
Yeah. You get howls of protest.
Yeah, Strix had again was going to just try and bring the kids inside, but she was too scared, so she also brought Diath, and she's like, "Sorry," but she'll go put him to bed if he wants to go read the thing or whatever.
They don't need to have to take a nap or anything. Just make sure they're safe. I'm gonna make sure the others are okay too, and I'll like poke my head out real fast to see if I can see whatever the heck Evelyn is doing and whatever Dinwin waddled off to.
What is
All of
Evelyn and
the-
Binwin doing?
I just wanted to say all of the kids, I assume, like protest severely of being
Absolutely.
put to bed. But Nat doesn't, at least not in front of Diaz. She's like, oh yes, of course, like trying to be mature, but she secretly signed some naughty words behind his back.
All right. Evelyn and Binwin, you're out on the street with the city watch and a bunch of spectators.
Evelyn's probably just like greeting everyone. Like if there are any neighbors she hasn't met, she's like, "Oh, I don't think we've been introduced. It's good to see you out here. Our weekly investigation block party. I'm Evelyn. What's your name?"
Just make a persuasion check for me, Evelyn, as you make nice with the neighbors who, as you recall, just recently sent you a nasty letter.
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay. So you get some very suspicious looks. People sort of, when they see you approaching, they kind of turn away and either fake engage in conversation with whoever's near them or just try to move as far away from you as possible.
That's all right. Not feeling talkative today. I understand. Have a good one.
So did the City Watch, they are okay with what we've done, correct?
They have not expressed any concern about you committing any sort of crime. They look at the pool of ichor and the empty clothes on the street. They pick up the clothes gently to see if there's anything left of the being that you killed. Finding nothing of consequence, they start rifling through his overcoat, and they find some cards, similar to the card that you gave them, that seem to indicate that this individual's name was Vincent Trench, and he ran a detective agency. And oh look, his address is right over there. Points to a building that's a few, well, maybe about 7 doors down or so from where you had your waffles or your pies.
Vincent Trench is an awesome detective name.
It is. Was he wearing a trench coat?
He had an overcoat, yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not sure you'd call it a full trench coat, but
Then I saw the card. I saw where the address is.
yes, and it's the detective agency is called the Tiger's Eye.
Appropriate.
Evelyn is like, I better go notify the next of kin in case they're also evil demons.
Well, I'll go with you.
Yeah, the
Thanks, that's so sweet.
two of you head over to the Tiger's Eye, which is closed up tight. Evelyn, as you use your divine sense, you are not sensing the presence of fiends within 60 feet of you.
Presence of treasure inside, because that's what I'm interested in.
Hard to tell. This is a very secure door. Not a door that. I mean, you've conquered doors greater than
Yeah.
this.
I tell Evelyn to accidentally trip me, and then I knock the door in.
She doesn't even ask any questions. She's like, okay, why? And then
I go, oh no, and then I just kick the
All
door
right,
in with
make
my
a
head.
strength.
I'm sorry.
Make a strength athletics check as you try to force open the door.
Okay, so I rolled a 17, and my athletics give me a plus 9.
Okay.
So
Yes. So
shatter
you crash open the door and stumble inside with a large whoops. There are city guards who can hear the ruckus. Evelyn, as you stand outside, you just see Binwin's legs sticking out of the darkness, and looking back, there are guards kind of glancing in your direction with quizzical looks on their faces, like, what's going on over there?
He tripped. I tripped him, though, on purpose.
I'm okay. I scream from inside the home.
Dieth, as you make your way over to a window and you stick your head out into the street,
Yep.
you see these shenanigans going on further down the street.
Yeah, I just see that they're causing more problems.
Yes.
So Dieth just kind of like leans his head back in, just kind of gives himself the old.
Strix just watches that whole thing. Like,
One thing at a time. We'll catch up with them in a moment.
Yep.
Oh, wait, don't tell me. They broke down a door.
They broke down a door. I really want to read this scroll that I've been holding on to, because while they're trying to figure out that shit, I'm still trying to figure out this whole corpse bomb situation. So once I get this figured out as much as I can, then I move on to the next thing, as a responsible person would.
When you
And
remove
not
the
easily
scroll,
distracted.
when you remove the scroll from its wooden tube, you can see that it is hastily scrawled in sort of in a shaky hand, but it's not a letter. You believe it's an actual magical scroll with a spell written on it.
Ooh!
And the title of that spell, even though you can't quite make out the rest of the script, you can make out the title. It says, "Speak with Dead."
Ooh.
That's handy.
Ooh. Strix is obviously, as soon as she sees Dieth unfold the scroll, she's like behind him, like on it, like, whoop.
And Strix, you
Just
know
like
that
hopping up to look over her shoulder.
Yeah,
Strix,
exactly.
you know that if you get a spell scroll and the spell is a spell that's on your class list, you can try to cast it from the scroll. If it's not on your class list, you cannot use the scroll.
Yes. So as soon as she sees that, she can use it because it's a priest spell, and or cleric spell, and she has cleric spells. So she sees it, and she kind of looks like gestures to the outside and looks at it. Looks to the outside, looks at it, and she goes, "I don't want to do this, but I feel like we have to do this."
You see the City Watch is picking up, or trying to pick up, the remnants of a smashed, moldy coffin.
Oh, we need that.
To get it off the street and basically out of open view.
All right, I will hold my hand out nicely and say, "Can I have this scroll?"
No, I agree with you. I don't want to do this, but do you remember what I said when they were trying to send a message? They were sending
A
literal
message.
message.
Oh, yeah, and she'll just like take it.
Yeah.
Come out. I don't want to go alone.
No, I'll go with you.
Binwin,
All
you
right.
see a fastidious office, and clean as a whistle. There is a smell of incense hanging in the air, but it's not a fresh smell. The incense probably was lit at least over a day ago and is sort of dissipated. So it's only just a very fine scent, very spicy. You can see that arranged in perfect feng shui is all the sort of comfortable parlor furniture, as well as there's a hanging censer above a coffee table and some beautiful paintings and statuary, busts and things kind of arranged neatly about the room. Against the far wall, near what appears to be another locked door, though not quite as heavy as the one you just barged through, and the door made of more of a red wood, you see a black cabinet with glass doors, inside which is a collection of books and artifacts, not magical artifacts, but just kind of like knickknacks of historical significance.
Like Hummels?
Oh, this sounds awesome.
Yeah, you can see there's like a mask on a stand.
Well, we get the dead body. They get to have fun.
There's what appears to be like a smoking pipe box, closed with a little clasp, and various other. You think that it's possible that in exchange for services, that this creature, this detective, may have allowed people to pay with trinkets and other things instead.
Anybody home?
All's quiet.
Is it only one floor?
No, it's a 3-story building. You think, given the shape and the position of the room and the red door across from you, that might lead to stairs going up?
I turn to Evelyn and I go, "It looks like this cat was fancy." Yeah! Now it's time to CSI Waterdeep. So I'm going to search with my amazing wisdom. I'm going to search for any trapdoors.
All right. So Benwin is deep in the room at this point, Evelyn. You can see, however, that 2 city watch people a woman and a man, a sergeant and a constable, have come up to you and they say, no, 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 you can't. This is breaking and entering.
Oh,
This place is
okay.
closed off until the City Watch and the Watchful Order investigate
Okay.
further.
My bad. I just,
Oh.
we were just trying to help.
I approach that guard, and I tell him, "Listen, this is way beyond the City Watch. I'm a colleague of a Lord of Waterdeep. You've probably heard of him, Omendran."
One of the
Oh,
guards
no.
looks at you
Oh no.
and just kind of shoots a sidelong glance to the other one, and then she says to you, "You mean one of the masked Lords of Waterdeep, whose
One of the
identities are known to no
anonymous.
one?"
Well, so you know about him. So we're on the same wavelength, right?
Worst kept secret of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Get
so now
out.
you know how serious this.
She says,
"Oh,
"Get out."
oh no."
May the Morning Lord bless you and keep you.
And you can tell that your words have all but convinced her that this is some ploy of yours to take advantage of the dead man and seize his goods.
Well, she was
Evelyn's
right.
trying. Evelyn's trying to signal very much so that she was not doing that. That she's just like, whatever you say. Having fun with Binwin. She has no ulterior motives.
And then as you guys come blundering out, the sergeant turns to the constable and says, "Do not set foot away from this doorframe and do not let anyone inside this building."
Why?
She ignores you.
People here are sure rude today. Did everyone get up on the cranky side of the bed?
You
wanted
can
to-
tell Evelyn that this sergeant is being super cautious because she's a little. You get the sense she might be a little out of her depth. Usually, when people are killed in the streets, they don't turn into reeking black pools of ichor.
Would it be
That's not
possible?
normal, huh?
Would it be possible after the captain leaves to try to intimidate her?
You mean after the sergeant leaves to intimidate the remaining constable, or to follow her as she leaves?
No, to intimidate the remaining constable
I see.
guarding the door.
Yeah, you can certainly do that because he's currently just standing there by himself, gazing at you sternly.
I think at that point, Evelyn was already leaving to go see what happened with Strix and Dia.
Okay.
Is that okay to split the party like that? Do you care?
Well, I think that Evelyn wouldn't be one to intimidate a constable, so this is kind of her like,
No, I get it. Listen, I've known lawful good people before.
neutral good.
Oh, neutral good. Neutral good? What's your
Most
problem?
people don't know that. Little reminder, Chad.
Well, I want to try
Absolutely.
to intimidate.
What do you say or do?
I tell her that the captain of the guard doesn't know what he's talking about. He's only seen what's inside of the city. I've been everywhere. He doesn't know how dangerous stuff is in there. And if you stay by this door, you're going to die. You need to let me in there and take care of this.
Make an intimidate check. And
No.
make it a disadvantage because he's been given specific orders by his boss to the exact contrary.
So I rolled a 15 and a 13. And my intimidate is +6. So 19.
Okay. He says he seems intimidated by you, and he says, "I have orders from my sergeant not to let anybody in here. That includes you. Don't hurt
Yeah.
me."
Okay.
But I don't want to make this. you know,
Yeah,
Is there, is
you
there
see,
something?
now
Is there
you've got me-
something? Is there something that you are looking for in there?
Yeah, I'm looking for loot, but I don't want to tell him that.
Why not?
He says maybe you dropped something just inside when you fell.
Yes, I did. Something very valuable. I just want to go in and check it.
All right, you have 2 minutes.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a perception check to check for any hidden panels on the first floor.
All
Is
right.
Evelyn still wearing Binwin's helmet?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And in Dieth and Strix, you can see Evelyn's making her way back toward Waffle House.
Oh, thank God.
Get to the body
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah, you can stop the city guards that have been ordered to cart this shit out of here.
Yeah, I guess Strix is gonna look at the guards and be like, "Are you collectors? I don't think you'll get much jink for this body. It's ours."
They look at you strangely, and then they say, "No, we have orders just to get this off the street and somewhere safe where it can be studied."
Oh well, where can I cast a spell on it really quick?
Sergeant!
Oh, I didn't want to talk to authority. I don't like authority.
I don't know why I let that happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, were you just behind me the whole time?
Oh.
Like I feel like Diaz just is looking off into the distance at like a seagull, and Strix just walks ahead and is like, hi."
Well, he was probably like was walking forward, but then like slowed his pace a little bit as he looked over and says like, "What is Evelyn and Binwin doing?" Oh, she's coming. Oh, okay, good. Oh, Strix, no.
Strix, don't talk to the normal people.
Yeah.
All right, Strix, the sergeant comes over to you,
Oh.
and he just sort of raises his eyebrows, expecting a question.
Hello, I am a representative of the lawful order of the Chicken Foot Coven, and I am here to perform a cleansing rite on this body to make sure that it's safe to cart away.
Make a deception check.
This is my face I'm making.
This is like speed walking. No.
17?
He says, "I've never heard of the Chicken Foot Coven."
We just moved here from Chult.
On this,
Speak with the dead.
can I watch?
Oh yeah, sure. Do you like pies?
Yeah.
You should come back later and get a pie. We're just around the corner. They're really good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, she's making friends.
Yeah. He has them set the wreckage down back on the ground. They all watch you as
All right.
you loom over the moldy, spore-infested head of one Nazca Urgray.
Are we supposed to talk to Nazca or this dead person?
Well, only the head of Nazca remains in this moldy old coffin. The two pieces of petrified human body is part of a chest that shows a holy symbol of Lathander around its neck and a hand.
So we don't have anything to talk to there.
I don't think you can speak with dead with things turned to stone, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're gonna have to talk to Nazca.
shh! Don't show that I don't know what I'm doing here.
Evelyn,
very...
you're here now with them.
Oh shit.
Hey, what do you do? Ah!
As she's saying, "What are you doing?" Strix is like, "Nah," and just cast the spell on Nazca's head.
Evelyn, make a perception check as she casts the spell.
Oh fuck.
My perception's so bad. 6.
Okay. You're able to see, yes, it is in fact Nazca's rotting head inside the coffin, which is pretty gross. But you also see a petrified human hand and a petrified holy symbol of Lathander around a petrified partial neck. Looks like somebody dropped a human torso and shattered it on the floor and put a piece of it along with a broken hand in the coffin.
Evelyn has a very strong constitution, but this is a lot even for her. Dead friend who they had just kicked out, kind of a roommate. And then also like iconography of her god on an unknown torso with his head. Like this is a lot to process.
Yeah.
So I think she probably like screams a little and takes a minute.
Yeah, okay. And if she sort of clutches her chest and makes a gasp, like one of the city watchguards will just sort of stand next to her to sort of brace her to make sure that she's okay and doesn't faint away on the street.
Thanks, Todd.
His name is now Todd. All right. And Binwin, what was your roll?
An 18 perception.
Okay. You believe that there is a secret door behind that black cabinet. It will require some strength to slide it or move it out of the way, however.
Okay.
And the reason you know that is because you could glimpse underneath the cabinet a thin sliver of light.
A telltale sign. 13 plus my strength modifier?
Yep.
18.
All right, you're able to slide it away, and beyond you can see a concealed door that has flickering light sort of seeping out underneath it. The door does not appear to be locked, and it doesn't even have a knob or anything. It just pushes open,
Okay.
like a section of wood wall.
Pray for no traps that aren't poison. And I open the door.
All right. When you look inside, you can see that there is a unfurnished stone room beyond that has what looks like a pentagram made of entrails on the floor, at the points of which are 5 small steel braziers with burning, flickering coals in them. That has made the place both warm and dimly illuminated.
Mm-hmm.
You can also see that there is some blood smeared on the walls that looks like it's been put in the form of glyphs, maybe protective or abjurative glyphs. And there is a a stone lectern, kind of short and squat, carved to look like a devil, grasping the top of it, and you can see that there is a book with blood script written on its pages.
Oh, shit. There would have to be a book. Every instinct screams to back out of this room. So I'm going to grab that fucking book.
All right. You're able to wrest it from the top of the lectern.
Mm-hmm.
When you do, the lectern animates.
Oh, fuck.
And this stone devil sort of
Oh, I don't even know
cracks.
if I'm allowed to curse on this show.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
It sort of makes these sort of creaks and cracks noises as it comes to life. So roll initiative for me, Scott, and I'll get back to you in just a second.
No problem.
Strix, you cast the spell.
No, I'm not.
That's me casting the spell.
words-
I'm reading it in one hand.
The scrawled words on the scroll disappear, and the scroll turns to dust in your hands as the spell takes hold, and Noska's head comes to life, gaining a semblance of life, really.
Now, when she casts Speak with Dead, is it just her that can communicate, or is he just like talking out loud to everyone? I don't know how that spell
I'm
works.
glad you asked. So it will talk out loud,
Okay.
but it's Strix that has to ask the questions, and she
That
gets
makes
up
sense.
to 5.
Ooh, let's make these count.
All right, Strix will hold up her hand, like,
Yeah.
okay, we have 5 questions for floaty dead head man.
As Noska opens sort of one of his eyes all the way and the other eye slightly, you can see that his mouth starts to yawn open as well, and some goop kind of seeps, some brown goop kind of seeps out through the corners of his jaw and down into his patchy beard.
Evelyn buries her head in Todd's chest.
An eye stalk also erupts from Noska's forehead. It just bursts out through a crack in his head and just kind of looks around and stares at everybody and then blinks at you twice, Strix.
I just don't.
At which point, some of the guards are like, they all pull out their swords and weapons and things and immediately go into a defensive stance.
I mean, I appreciate that, but don't worry, we're professionals.
Yeah, Diaz immediately like puts a hand up at him, just like trying to be like, no, hold on now. This is normal. This isn't normal.
He was so young and not a beholder.
Strix is like, no, it's not normal, but we're professionals. Don't worry. She's like looking at the crowd. Don't worry, we're magic professionals here.
All right, 5 questions. And you can take your time. You don't have to rhyme them off all at once.
Ask him if he's met the Morning Lord
I
yet.
think we should start with asking him what happened to him and why.
All right. Noska, what happened to you and why?
This isn't Noska. This is Xanathar.
Strix just falls over backwards, and she just stumbles backwards into the street.
Wait, how's this possible? I thought we were speaking with the dead, unless Xanathar himself is dead, or is this...
My spores have infected Noska.
Oh no, they infected me too!
No, Strix, you're fine.
I'm not fine! Oh god, I'm a hypochondriac!
Come on, I need you right now.
Okay.
You made a mistake messing with me.
We're not. DF, what do I say?
Okay. Ask him.
Where's your joy boy, Bolton?
What? Boy.
He probably walked away to get drunk.
Don't. No, we're asking the questions here.
Okay.
We take a firm stance against this. Okay.
Ask him if maybe he'll just be nice to us from now on.
Ask him. What is it that Xanathar wants from us?
What is it that you want, sir?
I don't want anything from you. I'm not the villain. No villain.
Oh, you heard him. I'm sorry, I don't have to
Yeah.
repeat him. I'm just very scared.
No villain. No villain. You're the villains.
Didn't really answer a question, though.
I think we're on question 2, right?
Yeah, we didn't figure out exactly why he killed Nazca yet.
Well,
Nazca was a traitor. He betrayed me.
He died for us.
He was supposed to die for me.
Todd.
Todd will take you into his arms and pat you.
Evelyn's wiping her snot on his tunic.
Can I ask him? I have a question for him, but you go first. Maybe the last one I can ask him.
Don't cry, Evelyn. Everything will be all right.
You're not the boss of me.
That's true.
What?
I always liked you best.
Really?
Now, Evelyn, do not listen to him.
That's so nice, though.
Stop.
Sorry I had to kill your priest. But I left one alive.
Which one?
Fuck, I know.
That doesn't count for our questions.
Daddy killed my priest, too.
I swear to God, Todd, if you fall in love with Evelyn too, I'm gonna be so
I have one more. I'll keep him until you come and get him.
One more priest?
That's right.
Why's it gotta be my priest if you like me the best?
He says,
There are strange things happening at your temple. I know this because I read Perkins' notes.
Who is this Perkins god that everyone
I've
keeps
heard
talking
Paulton
about?
mention him, and I really don't like that.
He's not important. I'm important. Me.
Very egotistical.
Wait, does
I
it have
have
to
a
do with?
CR of 13. What do you expect?
Does it have to do with Aminator?
It's higher in my lair. What? Aminator?
Yeah,
What's an Aminator?
that stuff that's happening at Evelyn's.
Um,
It's clearly in the Pantheon.
obviously, he doesn't know as much as he likes to think he does.
Excuse me.
No, don't say that. He's clearly talking to all of us. This spell was broken. I was the one who was asking questions. I thought it was. We know what's going on. Like trying to calm the crowd.
I think that if you
I have
want
more
to
hit
say
points
something,
than all of you.
yes, well, if you want to say something about what's going on at my church, you just outright say it right now.
he says,
I'm going to blow it up.
That seems bad.
You can go ahead and try, but why?
Because you don't belong there.
Why?
Because you belong with me.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
We just met, and I don't know that we can know that yet at this stage in the relationship. But why?
Xanathar, are you in love with Evelyn?
he says,
I like her a lot, but I'm really in love with me.
I wouldn't say I like.
I am
All
sort
right.
of taken with her.
Everyone,
But all this other stuff about gold and stones of Golor, I don't care about that.
bullshit.
Wait, you don't care. But
Well, look, if you do care for me, how about this? Don't blow up my church.
Too late.
Okay, how about this? You claim to have one more priest of Lathander, and you want us to come get her? Fine. Where
Him.
are you keeping him?
It's a him,
Fine, where are you keeping him?
I think. Are you a him? Yes, he's a him.
Okay, but where? You want us to come get this priest?
That's right.
Okay, well, if you wanted a date, you should have not kidnapped a priest, but where is it?
He says,
I'll show you the way in time.
What makes you think we're even going to bother with that?
Because he is a priest of Lathander. You wouldn't let a priest of Lathander die. No, you wouldn't. No.
Scott, what'd you do?
I rolled a 1 for initiative.
Wow, okay. This creature attacks you.
What's it look like again? Like an animated?
It
statue?
looks like a 4-foot tall stone
Yeah.
statue of a devil
nice.
with wings that are sort of unfurling behind it.
Ooh.
So it has your stature basically. It lunges at you and tries to bite you with its sharp, stony needle fangs. It rolls a 20 total.
Jesus.
Well, that does hit my armor class by 2. So.
All right, so he bites into you for 8 piercing damage, and then he rakes you with it rakes you with its claws and hits you with those as well, and you
Okay.
take another 7. So you take a total of 15 points of damage from this stony devil.
Okay.
What do you do?
I am going to make a menacing attack and expend a superiority die. Now, do I expend that after I hit?
You can decide to spend it after you've rolled.
Perfect. So I'm going to take my weapons and hit. So I'm going to swing with Rook, then Ruin.
Okay.
So here's Rook. That is a 20,
Hit.
dirty 20. And Ruin is a 18.
Hit.
Okay. So Rook does 1d8 plus 6. Nice. 14.
Okay.
Ruin does 1d8 plus 5 and will be a maneuvering attack. So that's a 7. No, I'm trying to roll 12. Had to add that on my fingers because I didn't go to school. Now, he has to make a...
Sorry, what was the damage on the second attack?
7
total?
plus 5?
12? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's a menacing attack, so he has to make a wisdom saving throw and beat a 17. Or he's frightened of me till the end of my next turn.
He did not and looks frightened of you until the end of your next turn. Moreover, your 2 hits did considerable damage, chipping away large parts of his body and actually taking off one of his wings completely. So he looks pretty battered at this point.
Cool.
When he retaliates, or actually because he's frightened of you, he's got a penalty if he tries to attack you,
Right.
unless he moves away from the source of his fear. But he's a little cornered in this room, and you're standing in the doorway. So he will attack you, but with disadvantage on his attacks.
Nice.
Oh no, well, I mean, he can't willingly move closer to you, but you're engaged with melee anyway, so.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? He misses because of that, and he misses again. He would have hit you twice more, but nope, 2 misses.
All right.
And then what do you do?
I'm gonna finish him off.
Have at it. By this time, you can hear that the guard is coming in behind you. Obviously,
That's fine.
drawn by the sounds of violence.
That's fine. Hopefully I'll... So the first one was a 16. Rook was a 16.
That's a hit.
And Ruin was a 25, so that's a hit.
Okay.
So, 8 for the first damage.
Okay.
13 for the second.
Okay. It shatters.
Okay. I quickly shove the book in my pants.
Okay. Evil book down the pants.
And then I assume the guard comes in.
As the saying goes.
Yes.
I'm like,
And he looks around and is just kind of horrified. He sees,
Yeah, me
he
too.
sees the entrails on the floor and just kind of gags.
I go, what did I say? What did I say? Let's cheese it. We got to get out of here now.
Yeah,
Problem averted.
he backs out of the room and follows you back out and immediately goes looking for help.
Yeah. I walk over to these guys and I'm like, what's up? What are you guys talking about? Subway versus Quiznos? Anyway, I just killed a gargoyle from the Devil's Diary. If you guys need this,
So the rest of you are in this conversation with this severed head with an eye stalk sprouting out of it. And it says,
Once the church is gone and your friends are all dead, we can spend lifetimes together.
Strix just starts having a panic attack on the ground.
Why are we the villains? Am I one of the villains?
That's right.
Why?
Because you killed my dudes. Especially my mind flayer. I needed him
For what?
What's a dude?
to put brain dogs in creatures.
Okay, well, see, the thing is that we don't like it when you do that.
It's the best life they'll ever have.
I don't think that's
Serving
true.
me.
I think your dudes don't like it.
No, they like it.
Maybe you should turn from your evil ways and into the light of the morning Lord. Have you
No!
Lord Lathander?
This always happens. People underestimate me. I'm on the cover of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, damn it. I'm the biggest one.
Oh boy.
Okay,
says-
well,
And pretty soon, Strix and Paulton will be out of the picture.
Wait, no, why?
Oh, you'll see.
Why them
no.
specifically?
You'll see.
no, we won't see, and
Yes,
neither
you
will
will.
you, because I'm about to cut
Everybody
your
will
head
see.
off. If you
Everybody.
Wait, do I have spores? Am I dying? Are these spores? Does this look like anything?
the guards just sort of look at you strangely.
She's holding up her like spit to the guard. She's like, "Does this look like it's poisonous?"
Evelyn just slaps her hand on Strix and is like, "Shh, here, blades on hands for 5. I cured you of whatever."
No, it's
You
that's
feel
not
better.
how that works.
You feel better.
Wait, I do feel better.
Yeah.
I'm actually sick. Just like running in circles.
And
And I'll deal with you too, Todd, if you don't take our hands off her.
no, Todd.
Todd and I are very close, and you need to accept that.
Wait, what's wrong with me and Paulton? Like, why don't you like Evelyn and Diaz, but me and Paulton are bad?
Who's Diaz?
Nobody. No one.
Correct. That is the correct response.
Just don't kill him.
Nazca never mentioned him.
Nazca told you about us?
Oh, yes. I made him tell me everything about you before I killed him.
Oh, Nazca. Todd.
That must have been how he knew.
Nazca spoke very well of you, Evelyn. Not so well of you, Strix. And less well of Paulton.
Oh.
Okay. Nazca head with eye stalk sticking out of it. Why? Who is this? Who is the petrified Lathander person also in this box with you?
I don't remember. He said his name, but I don't care.
Great.
Was it
Maybe
like
they know at the temple.
Can I roll another perception check upon that information to see if I recognize anything about the
Sure.
body?
He could write scrolls, though.
17.
You look at it, there's not a lot left. The hand, even though it's petrified, suggests the hand of an old man. That's the one clue that you can make out. The holy symbol is one of the sort of, when you study that and look inside, it kind of dawns on you that it is one of the older holy symbols, that there have been newer versions, models that have come out. This is an old one.
The only priest I really...
His name was Father Cathrismus or something. I don't know.
I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday.
It's not mine.
Well, don't worry. We never have to spend it together then. Look, you, and you're just not really telling us a whole lot. Did you just want to, call and hear our voice? Is that what it is? Or did you have something to say?
He says,
I just wanted to tell you that you won't have your friends around much longer. Your temple much longer.
Well, that is not a very nice
And
thing
I
to say, and
don't.
it doesn't make me happy with you at all.
And I don't like it when people kill my guys.
I
Nothing
don't like it when
forgiven.
people kill my guys.
Ever. I will never forgive you for that.
Well, I hate to say it, but you better get used to it, because we're not letting up. And there's not a single thing that you could say that will give any iota of intimidation against us. Threatening here at our house? No. All
Our
you did was
house.
made a mistake. We're coming for you.
Evelyn raises an eyebrow at Dieth and wiggles her sword a little bit. Like, can I cut the eye stalk off now?
Yes.
She just cuts it off.
make an attack roll. Actually, roll initiative. Not an
Strix is
attack
like,
roll.
what? But I might be dying of spores.
Initiative is 18.
All right. You can see that the eye stalk does, when it realizes that a threat is imminent, this sort of little glimmer of magic inside its pupil gleams as though it's getting ready to fire off a ray, but you get to attack it first, Evelyn.
Ha! With the flaming heart of Spinelli, I rise
Yes.
with a 20.
All right, you swing at it, and as the eye sort of bears down and says,
No, Paulton. No, Paulton.
and looks around with,
Fuck you, Todd.
and then you just slice it off.
It
And it sort of lands on the ground, twitches and wobbles a little bit, bleeds out some foul goo, and then expires. And then Noska's head sort of closes its eyes, kind of half closes its mouth, and goes dead.
is it? Did we hang up?
And then the head explodes with spores. I would like everybody in the area to make a Constitution saving throw,
I'm immune to disease. This is
including
disease. Right?
Binwin and Evelyn. You're immune to disease. You're fine.
Constitution.
Constitution.
Oh.
I think I'm trying to remember whether my aura helps with that too. Oh, well, I mean, you get like a +6. Wait. let me
Yeah, so everybody gets +6 on their saving throws because of Evelyn's
Okay.
presence.
Wait, it's +5.
+5, sorry.
But I thought I had another aura, but that may be a few levels from now. That like is protection from disease or something. Yeah.
All right. So folks, Binwin, how did you do?
I did 27.
And Diath?
10.
10. I haven't rolled Todd yet. Strix?
So I rolled a 1,
Okay,
but with all my bonuses, I got a 9.
great. All right, and I have to roll for all of the city guards who are present. There are 6 of them.
Todd.
Well, Todd did okay. He gets, is your bonus extending to the city guards as well, Evelyn? Oh, she's out of the picture.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Especially Todd.
Especially Todd. Groovy. All right. So, Diath and Strix, you failed. All of the guards succeeded. Binwin, you
This is fine.
succeeded. Okay. So because of that, Diath and Strix, you both take 45 points of poison damage.
Oh,
Jeez.
And Binwin, you take 22 points of poison damage.
Did you already have that because of my poison resistance?
You take 11 points of poison damage.
Nice.
And each of the guards takes 22 points of poison damage.
Oh shit, Todd.
And so all the guards are sort of choking and gagging as these spores erupt all around you, but none of the guards appear to have been killed by the poison. They all have enough hit points to withstand it.
Can I tell who has been infected?
Yeah, you can tell almost immediately because there's sort of like a gangrenous transformation in their flesh as Strix and Diath both seem to have caught the full measure of it.
Evelyn is it's like a mild annoyance. She's like, ugh, so gross, ugh. And she goes over and again does a little lay on hand. She's like, be healed in the name of the morning lord. And banishes that disease or poison.
Oh, so
Okay.
cute.
Oh.
Please push the evil from our bodies.
So you're laying on hands on both of them, each boom boom.
Yeah, with both
So
of their
5 points, and they heal their disease.
I'll pull both their heads next to my head and smush them and just be like, be healed.
All right.
While she's doing that, Diath and Strix are just like,
Yeah.
I had 2 hit points left, just so you know.
I give them more than 5 each. I give them 20 each.
If you hadn't given me those 5 hit points, I'd be dead.
Well, giving away 5 points eats away the disease. That leaves them with 15 points that they can use to heal up.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get back 15 hit points each. Are you going to give any additional healing to Binwin or any of the guards?
Aw, Todd.
Poor Todd.
Binwin, how you feeling?
I am doing well at, I have 99 of 125 hit points, so I can't complain.
I think you're fine.
Yeah.
No.
Todd, how are you?
I think I'm going to be okay.
Evelyn kisses him on the cheek for 1 hit point.
Okay, he'll take that.
Just a little something. Thanks for letting me get snot
As
on
the
your...
spores drift away, you can see that really almost very little remains of Noska's head at this point, just little bits.
As Evelyn sees that again, she sniffles again and leans wistfully on Todd's shoulder.
All right.
Yeah, can I pick up that eye stalk?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Strix is gonna pick that up and be like, I'm gonna figure something out. This has got to be something to stop these stupid rays. I know magic.
Diath still kind of coughing and trying to wipe spores away out of his face. Turns to the rest of the party and he's like, all right, we cannot mess with that guy.
You just told him we were coming after him.
Yeah, I told him that, but we're not gonna do anything.
What? I don't think he's the kind of thing to take bluffing well.
Doesn't matter. All I can do is something out that's way smarter and way better to do because we can't do this ourselves. More importantly, did he threaten to blow up the church?
He sure
the
did.
Spires?
He sure did.
That kind of seems like something we should take care of right now.
Guys.
Well, hey, wait, the guards are here, right?
Someplace
Yeah.
safe, quiet, we can continue this discussion. I need to show you what's in my pants.
Slow turn from Diaz.
Everyone's just moving so fast in relationships.
Strix is gonna be frightened by that, and then look at the guards because the guards heard the head talking, right?
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah.
And other guards have showed up, and the sergeant's like, what is it with you people?
Oh, I'm sorry, but he's trying to blow up the Spires of the Morning. You have to get there now. Make sure that everyone's evacuated.
She will take care. She will do her utmost to get that message across town.
Would it take me? Would I be faster to get the message on
Oh,
my
yes,
broom?
definitely.
Okay.
I think we should
All
all
right.
go to the Spires right now. I don't
Yes.
think it's time
Wait,
for-
hold on. I want to see what's in Binwin's pants.
Can you show us on the way?
Okay, you can't fly
All the
anyway.
guards are now helplessly staring at Binwin's pants.
Benwin and DF, you are obviously fine at running, so you run and show each other's pants or whatever, and then Evelyn and I will fly there.
Yeah, you're right. You guys can get there way faster than we can. Binwin, you and I will talk along the way.
Okay, sounds good.
Goodbye, guards!
We can't
right.
go to the church because I need to show you what's in my pants.
So I know how Strix is getting across town from the North Ward to the Castle Ward where the Spires of the Morning is located. How are the rest of you navigating the streets?
Strix and Evelyn are flying together.
Sure,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
DF uses his city secrets feature to go through the back alleys to move there as quickly as possible,
Okay,
showing Binwin the way.
Yeah.
okay. But chances are he will arrive sometime after Strix or Evelyn while he's dragging Binwin.
Yeah, they're going to get there way faster than me no matter what.
Yeah, okay. Just want to be clear on that point.
If it's mentioned that I could polymorph them into birds.
No, I want to see what's in his face.
No.
All right, fine.
All
I
right.
won't
That's
help.
what it wants. okay?
Listen, dick joke.
So you take off, the two of you, with your broom and your wing boots, and you head out over rooftops. You can see that there is a Griffin Rider cavalry member circling over Troll Skull Alley who follows you, actually, but at a respectful distance.
All right.
As you
I mean,
make-
Strix will like zoom in and be like, Xanathar is gonna blow up the Spires of the Morning. We have to hurry.
Okay. And you can see, as soon as you clear the rooftops, the Spires of the Morning is an easy landmark to see in the city because it is literally a collection of towering, golden-topped spires nested together fairly closely that gleam in the sun. And so you follow that beacon straight there and passing all kinds of folk below you, some of whom take notice of you, particularly whenever the broom backfires. And of
I
course,
just yell, "Oops!
the choking smoke trail that it leaves in its wake.
Sorry."
I think Evelyn probably knows her way around here pretty well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think she's just like, she's going for whatever entrance to go to whatever authority figure would start an evacuation.
Well, interestingly enough, as you get close, so the Spires of the Morning is situated on a plot of land that it's triangular with roads, basically enclosing it on all sides. And those roads are wide streets, boulevards really, beautifully decorated, lots of spring flowers everywhere. The place is a riot of joyous color. And it's very clear to you as the two of you approach that the temple has already been evacuated because there are scores of people, acolytes and attendants, other members, kind of standing out on the roads a relatively safe distance away from the gigantic edifice.
Do I see anyone that I recognize?
That will require a perception check because it's quite a crowd. And the crowd also includes members of the City Watch, as well as what appear to be watch soldiers with red capes that have stitched into them in gold thread the symbol of a golden crown. And you look around, you scope things out. You spot one person that you recognize in the clergy. She's a priest of Lathander named Sister Insensia. Insensia is, she hails from, you believe, northern Kalimshan. She's got this sort of she's this beautiful, large woman, immaculate in her gown and her headdress. And she is standing with what appear to be kitchen staffers and other people who work at the temple.
Would this have been like a superior to Evelyn?
No. As a priest, she would be fairly high-ranking within the temple, but because Evelyn is a paladin of Lathander, she sort of stands apart from the clergy.
So Evelyn will fly down and say, Yancy, it's so good to see you.
Evelyn.
What's going on?
It has been a while. I'm so glad that we could see each other again after how many years?
Oh, gee. I don't know.
A good number.
Yeah, it would be real nice to catch up, except I think what's going on is maybe there might be some sort of bomb.
We were conducting our business, doing the renovations that Father Sunbright has asked us to do, and lo, a member of the Lord's Alliance arrives with members of the City Watch and tells us we have to evacuate the building immediately because there has been a serious threat. Apparently, someone has gained custody of a large quantity of illegal smoke powder and rigged it in the sewers underneath the temple.
And do I know anything about smoke powder?
Yes, only because you hung out for a great deal of time with a gift named Warrington Munt, and he would never shut up about the stuff. It is a magical black powder that powers, that is explosive in nature, and is used in something called firearms.
Like Strix has.
No, my arms are on fire. It's different.
Oh, okay.
Different kind of firearms, yeah.
Well, what's being done to neutralize the threat?
Well, apparently, operatives, either of the Lord's Alliance, possibly the Harpers, I'm not sure which, are going down into the sewers to try to find these things before they are set fire to and explode.
I should probably go help. Evelyn kind of turns to go, and then she turns back and she's like, you know that rebrand that the temple's going, that Father Sunbright ordered. What do you think of that?
She says, you are, of course, familiar with the heresy of the three-faced sun.
Am I?
Make a religion check.
Oh, okay. 16.
You do recall what this heresy is, and basically the long and short of it, what you're able to recall with 16 is you were taught is the reincarnation of an older god. And that god's name was Amanator or Aminator. And Amanator, in ancient days, back when there was something called a Netherese empire, was worshipped by humans not only as the god of the sun, but also as the god of bureaucracy and the importance of the steadiness and constance of bureaucracy. It was as constant and predictable as the rising and the setting sun. You're not exactly sure why, but Aminator died. Coincident, shortly thereafter, the Empire of Netheril fell. And it wasn't until Lathander was reborn that there was a god of rebirth and the dawn. Well, the heresy of the three-faced sun says that at some point, Aminator is going to rise from the dead and retake his place in the heavens and reclaim his portfolio over the sun, and then split that portfolio up among himself and two other hand-picked gods who will then represent the dawn and the dusk, the sunrise and sunset. And there will be three gods presiding over the domain of the sun. That is the heresy of the three-faced sun, this belief that Aminator will one day come back and reclaim his mantle.
And what makes it a heresy? That Lathander's not in that
Within
picture?
the Church of Lathander, it's considered a heresy to presume that Aminator is a separate being from Lathander.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, so Evelyn's like, of course I know about the heresy of the three-faced sun.
Well, Father Luke Sunbright believes that the heresy is the truth, and he is gearing up the temple for Aminator's return.
Evelyn would be opposed to this, right?
Lathander is technically, in her mind, the reincarnation of Aminator, so it's complicated. But
Well, I
but
don't-
yes, you've grown up feeling your attachment to Lathander. You have every reason to believe Lathander is a real entity. And
I've,
if
like,
Aminator is
basically met
coming
him.
back, then that calls into question Lathander's legitimacy.
I don't like that.
He can't be the real Aminator.
Right.
So that you would be against it. But you have already pledged your support to Father Luke Sunbright.
Would Strix know anything about this having been from the plains?
You could make a Arcana check.
All right. Having, talked to people about that. It's a 18.
Yes. So you believe, having studied the Empire of Netheril at some point in your interest of magic and just how empires of magic come and go, you believe, through text that you read, that Aminator died because people stopped worshiping him.
Right.
Essentially, they got
Which I know how that's how that
they got
works.
so burdened by the bureaucracy that his clergy had created that they just couldn't stand him anymore, and so he lost his followers and died. And it is believed that his corpse floats in the astral plane as a dead god,
All right.
and people have visited that corpse.
I just fluttered, just explode down there on my brew, and I'm just like, yeah. So Aminator is just like a dead god floating around the astral plane. Just so you know that. Also, he died because people stopped worshiping him. Also, if you stop worshiping Lathander, he'd die too. So don't. And then she takes back off.
I'll never stop worshiping Lathander. Of course not.
So one of the Dawn Lord before she died was Zeres, says Insensia. And before she died, Zeres requested or put forth that her replacement should be a woman named Terastin Adaragon. Terastin is on her way to Waterdeep now from a distant land called Cormyr. Actually, she's coming from the Dale lands, more precisely.
And Evelyn met Zeres before she met her in Lathander's domain, right?
You had heard about Zeres because of her reputation.
And I still don't remember her.
When Sister Insensia says the name Zeres, something sort of resonates in you, like you do sort of know her or you have a dim memory of her.
I think
It's
I
almost
like
it
that.
almost feels like a childhood memory.
Well, Taras's face has got big shoes to fill.
Well, she's not going to fill any shoes if Father Luke Sunbright gets enough support among the other priests and solidifies his hold over the soon-to-be Temple of Aminator.
Oh, I think he asked me to support him in that.
And you said,
It was a complicated moment.
don't worry, I understand. He can be very persuasive. In
Also,
any
my
event, we
friend
shouldn't
was
burden
dead.
ourselves with politics at this particular time when the building might collapse around
Oh,
our
you're
very
right.
ankles.
I have a tendency to get distracted. My apologies. Thank you so much.
Binwin,
know-
what do you pull out of your pants?
I pull out the book and I
Okay.
show it to.
You see
Ryan.
this book, Diath, that's basically covered in it's stitched with human flesh covers.
Cool.
And inside you see writing in blood in a script that you're unaccustomed to. A jagged, harsh Gothic script.
It's fucking creepy, right?
Yeah.
And you found this deep within that agency.
I found a secret door hidden behind.
what?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Found a secret door hidden behind a black cabinet full of trinkets. And inside of it was war crime in there. To quote my friend Jim Dark Magic, it looks like someone killed a man made of chili. And there was this pedestal and there was a book on it, and I thought, do not touch that book. That is evil. That would be the worst thing to do. And that's usually when I grab things. So I grabbed it, and then the pedestal it was on came to life and became a gargoyle, and I was like, awesome, a gargoyle to kill. So I killed it, and then I shoved the book in my pants. I don't know what to do with it, but I didn't think it was safe to leave it there.
Yeah.
Unless it's valuable, then it's totally mine.
It occurs to you, Binwin, that you could probably find someplace in Waterdeep to get it appraised.
Yeah.
Yeah, and flipping through the book, nothing in this is legible to me.
Not legible, but you do feel its ghastly nature quickly becomes apparent to you in some of the diagrams and glyphs that are worked into the text that suggest that this is some sort of fiend summoning thing, as well as a treatise that can be used to contact otherworldly creatures of the lower planes.
Probably recognize the writing as something Strix has written before.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you could give it to your little weird friend that flies on the broom.
We need to get this to Strix, but this is an incredible find, Midwin. You did an amazing job.
Thanks, man. Put that in your pants.
While you're in there, so it was filled with trinkets and other objects. And as they're they're having this conversation as they're darting through the streets and moving around people and things.
Right.
Any small objects or anything in there that caught your eye?
Not anymore. No one pays anything for precious moments and Hummels anymore. It looks like they really don't. I appraised my dad's. It was disappointing. No, from what I could tell, it was just a bunch of junk he got paid with. So I don't know. Maybe these cat people just like little baubles. But when I found the murder room, I knew for sure this was important.
I don't know that enough, but if the little baubles seem specific enough, they alone could be the summoning components needed for this book. We have to get there as fast as we can. This goes way deeper than we can imagine.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Evelyn? You and Strix are still with Insensia. And Insensia says, there's the young man who alerted us to the problem. And she points to a tall, slim fellow with a little bushy brown beard and disheveled hair, but he's wearing a red cape with the gold crown symbol on the back, and he's also wearing a badge indicating that he's a member of the City Watch. And although he's not wearing typical rank of the City Watch, looks like a pretty official person, and he's got 2 City Watch captains following him.
Strix, should we go down into the sewers and try to help?
Let's wait until Dieth and Binwin get here, and then we can decide if nothing blows up or whatever. Maybe.
Well, let's go talk to. Do I know this City Watch person? I feel like he knows a lot of them.
You can make a insight check.
11.
You do not, although that is high enough to remember that you may have seen him at the yawning portal, but he was being inobtrusive.
She'll fly over. Hey, I think I saw you once at the yawning portal. Sorry that I don't remember your name. Hi, I'm Evelyn. I would. Yeah, that's me. Thanks.
A pleasure to meet you. My name is Jallister Silvermane.
Jallister, so nice to meet you. I would love to get to know more about you, but unfortunately it seems like we're in a little bit of an emergency, and I was wondering if you could tell me how I might be able to help best.
Well, we think we got everyone out of the temple, but we're not altogether sure. We have agents down in the sewers trying to find whether or not there's a credible threat. But we believe that the threat is genuine. Just between you and me, we have a spy who delivered this information to us, and I trust him completely.
Well, I would say from what I've just heard around from my spies as well, that that's true. Also, Xanathar told me.
Xanathar? What does he have to do with this?
I think he's the one that put it there.
Interesting. So the Xanathar might have a large amount of illegal smoke powder.
Well, that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, you could do one thing for us with your winged boots there, and maybe make sure that the temple is cleared out and that no further danger, that no one has been left behind.
On it. Strix, you want to come with me? You're good at searching little corners.
What? Okay.
Reconnaissance mission. Kinda.
Strix will go up in the air and also use thaumaturgy to just yell really loud and be like, like, wee woo, the temple's gonna explode. Everyone needs to leave.
You're doing this outside the temple?
I'm flying around it, like in a circle at the top.
So you can't really see inside it, of course, but you can
No.
just shout from the rooftops, literally.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Evelyn, what are you doing while Strix is shouting down over the building?
I'm gonna go into the temple and do like, what do you call that? I don't know. A grid by grid.
Oh, before you do that, Strix is gonna death ward you.
Okay.
You go in
fly
there
by and slap.
Yeah, she's just you're like, I'm gonna go in there, and she's just like, nope.
All right. The Evelyn,
Yeah.
just make a perception check for me. And I'm going to give you advantage because sound carries in the hollow interior of the greatest temple of Waterdeep.
Even with advantage, it's an 8.
Okay, so you start to blaze around, your little wings flapping, making weird echoing sounds as you head from chamber to cloister, to antechamber, to narthex. And you look around for signs of anybody, and the place is just completely desolate. And you're struck because you don't remember ever in your life being in this place when it was just completely empty except for you. And you just sort of stop for a moment, and you're sort of in this beam of light coming through this shimmering window on high, and you're just kind of alone for the first time in this fantastic structure with all this marble and glass and images of Lathander and the saints who follow him, gazing down upon you lovingly. And there's just this sort of quietude that settles over you.
I think the first thing she does is just, like you do when you're a kid and you're in a big open space and you go, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
And then it strikes her that this would be a really good time to just, connect with Lathander for a second. So she closes her eyes and she's standing in this sunbeam and she's trying to think of like what she wants to say in a quiet moment with Lathander. And she's like, hey, I'm glad you're around. Thanks for your help. Bye.
A voice greets you and says, look to yourself.
What? What? For what? How? No answer.
And then it says, with you, there is great danger.
Like I bring danger to my friends? Or I am in danger? Or I'm a danger to the church? Hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, well, thanks for the heads up. She starts to walk away and then stops and looks again to see if there's anything else.
You see the light down the cathedral. You just see this sort of lances of, imagine if the sun were moving outside and the light it was making was just sort of moving down the cathedral in rays, like you're just following, like a ray will strike through the temple and then it will go away and then it'll be a little farther down and it'll be a little farther down and farther down, almost like the sun were setting very, very quickly and the light was tracking the length of the cathedral. It's almost leading you.
She follows it.
Okay. When you follow the light, you don't see it before you hear it. A voice saying,
Be careful with it. I don't want to break it.
Xanathar!
Xanathar, Xanathar, Xanathar.
Oh no!
And then it says,
Well, well, well. Here we are together. Alone. I said alone.
I'm square. Get out of here. And then you hear pitter-pattering of feet. Creatures taking off, and you see what look like goblins sort of cross through the light and scamper across the cathedral floor, and then they sort of catch sight of you and disappear into the shadows. And then, appearing in the cathedral, sort of coming out of an alcove, is a beholder. With sort of a bluish colored hide and wiggling eye stalks, emanating from one of which is a beam that is holding the statue of you in midair.
I hate that thing.
The statue or the beholder?
The beholder is basically using his telekinesis eye ray to levitate the statue of Evelyn that was in.
No, I know,
the
but she said,
cathedral.
I hate that thing. I didn't know if she meant
Oh,
this.
yeah, I think she's talking about the statue.
Okay.
I was, but you're right, it extends to both.
Diath and Binwin, you come out into the square around the Spires of the Morning and see just a massive throng of people.
Yeah.
City Watch keeping them as far away from the building as possible while recognizing that spectators will be spectators and they want to be there in case something happens. And you see the gleaming spires around which are these vapor trails of black smoke left by Strix as she's screaming her head off to get people out of the building.
Bad things!
Okay. So I see Strix kind of floating up above and around.
Yep.
Do I see Evelyn at all?
No.
Strix, where is Evelyn?
You shout, and Strix, you can't hear him. There's just too many people
Damn it.
in the crowd. And Diath, she's not going to be able to pick you out.
Shit.
We can hear her, right?
Oh, yeah, because, she's flying around on a broom
using
between the
thaumaturgy.
spires and basically using all kinds of crazy magic to bolster her voice.
Could the people that we want to evacuate get out the way that Diath and I just came in?
Oh, yeah, people could bail and go down alleys and things the way you
Okay.
came in, but they don't want to because they want to see what happens, if anything. Or they want to know it's safe to go back inside.
They're told the building was going to explode. And they're
No,
just like,
no,
"Oh."
most of them were probably told, just get out of the building for security reasons. We'll tell you about it later.
I mean, Strix is screaming, "It's gonna explode!"
Okay, well, now panic is starting to set in
Oh, okay.
among some people who might take this crazy tiefling witch woman seriously. And
Like-
some people
so
are
it's
actually
like
saying,
two.
is she going to blow up the building? Is that what she's saying?
I'm dumb.
Okay. Well,
But there is a calm here in the crowd. There aren't people freaking out.
I guess Diaz was kind of start like shouldering his way through the crowd to kind of like get through them and out front so he can like stand out from the crowd
Okay.
and try to wave down Strix.
You could see a City Watch guard comes over to you and just sort of puts a hand softly on your chest, tries to push you back into the crowd.
Damn it.
He says, it's dangerous. Please step back.
Can Misty step?
Let's try to get past this guard.
And then all of a sudden,
prepare for
somebody in the crowd shouts, Binwin, Bronze Bottom!
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could use my folk hero. I don't really understand 100%. I probably should have played this character for 9 years.
So somebody spots you in the crowd, even without your trademark helmet. And immediately you are surrounded by adorers.
Okay.
And Diath, you see Binwin seems to be pulling people to him like a magnet, and people are pulling out things for Binwin to sign. They tell him how cool it was that the Becca Hallister fight was super awesome, and thanks for not stepping on my grandma's house, and things like that.
I'm going to use this commotion to try to basically hide in plain sight and use that to like kind of sneak around the guards.
Yeah, you can make a stealth check, and I'll give you advantage.
Yeah, which, man, Binwin, what a good idea you just did.
Didn't even know I was going to do it.
What a
Yeah,
bro.
things like that just happen. You never plan them.
I have the folk hero background, but I don't really
You do.
understand how to use it all the time.
Well, there you go.
27.
All right, you disappear, effectively. Nobody pays
Yeah.
any mind to you as you skulk. You can pretty much go wherever you want, and nobody seems to have eyes on you.
Good. I just want to make my way, I guess, kind of towards the building, and somewhere where when Strix is flying around, she can see me, but not where guards can see me.
Okay. As you make your way toward the building, you pass sort of a group off to the side, safely away from the building, but the way they're decked out catches your eye. You see Father Sunbright. He is dressed in resplendent black and gold robes with sort of this beautiful symbol of the sun on them, and he's surrounded by paladins in golden armor. Obviously, this is their ceremonial put-on for show armor, as well as several members of the clergy that attend him. And he's deeply involved in conversation and casting his eyes up at the spires to make sure nothing has changed, all is well, and is clearly waiting for city watchmen to keep him apprised of what's happening. But they're all too busy to care about you. You're able to march your way to the building, make your way around its strange perimeter, unseen, to an entrance.
Great. Okay.
Anyone
yeah.
disappear inside?
No, I'm trying to get the attention of Strix.
Okay. Strix, make a perception check.
Ah, heck.
Ah! Oh, that's not bad, actually. 17.
Okay. You're able to catch sight of Diath
All
as
right,
you're racing around the building.
I'm not seeing that many people leaving anyway, and Evelyn disappeared inside, so
Yes.
I'll zoom down to him and be like, "Oh, sorry, I was so loud."
As soon as she zooms down to you, Diath, all eyes are on her, so they're now back on you.
Whoops.
But
Run
where's Evelyn?
inside.
What?
It's okay. I death warded her. She's fine.
That's still gonna explode.
I know, but she'd be fine.
You let her in there by herself?
Well, I was trying to get people out. That's what she told me. Everyone told me to do. Please don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. You got the people out, but we can't leave her in there alone.
Okay, well then we'll go in there.
Binwin, what do you do when you see these two over by the building? You can't tell what they're
She's, like,
talking about,
waving her
but
arms.
now they're getting a little hysterical over there, and they seem very agitated. People are surrounding you. Some of them are much taller than you, so you're kind of looking through them to keep a bearing on your new friends.
So I got to get rid of this crowd. So I look towards the crowd and see if I can see anyone wearing purple.
Yes.
I point to them and I say, "Oh my God, is that Jim Dark Magic?"
People all crane necks and look over in that direction. Jim Dark Magic, Jim Dark Magic, Dark Magic, Dark Magic. Where is it? And they start to look around for him, creating what you can see is an opening.
Okay, I split.
Okay. Okay. Some adoring fan tries to grab hold of one of your buckles as you go past and kind of rips something loose from your clothing. You're not sure what. A little token, and then he just bounces up and down happily that he got some memento that he just tore off your body.
I grab my pants and make sure it wasn't an evil look.
It was like a back patch on your butt, basically.
Okay, good. All right.
So you just tore a patch off as you make your way back, and he's shouting, "I got a bronze bottom patch! Woo!"
Available at my Etsy store.
All right. So you charge Diath and Strix, and Diath and Strix, you see Binwin coming for you.
Are you guys?
He stops twice to breathe deeply.
What are we fighting? That dead Christian Bale from earlier? What's going on?
I don't know, but Evelyn's inside, so we gotta go find her.
Evelyn's inside alone for whatever reason, but she's trying to get people out.
Where's the door I have to knock down?
No, it's open. It's fine.
Oh, I shut the door and kick it open.
Okay, done. Evelyn, you are alone in the Temple of Lathander with Xanathar, who has your statue, your stony effigy, floating next to him.
Look, I'm just going to say it's a little bit creepy to try to steal a big statue of me.
I'm a beholder.
Okay, fair enough. What are you doing with that?
I'm going to add it to my collection.
Is that why you're trying to blow up the temple?
Oh, that was just a ruse.
For what reason?
So I could take this. But I needed to get everybody out.
You threatened to blow up the temple so you could steal that statue of me?
Pretty much.
That's really weird.
I'm great.
Okay, well, I don't really care if you steal it because I don't know, but I don't think I should let you steal anything from the temple. I'm very conflicted. Like I kind of want it to be gone. You know, this is a very weird moment for me. So there's no bomb?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to waste my smoke powder blowing up this place.
So you do have tons of smoke powder.
A few.
Okay. Well, you know what? I was just wondering because I kind of thought it'd be nice for you and I to just like spend some time together, like get to know each other a little bit.
I agree.
So, like,
He fires an
Maybe-
eye ray at you.
what?
Make a
Dang it.
saving throw.
I can't even roll my perception or persuasion for what I was trying to do.
He already adores you. So just make
Okay.
one of them Constitution saving throws.
Good. I'm glad it's con.
Oh, I'm sorry, dexterity.
Great. 21.
All right, a 21 dexterity saving throw is enough, as the beam misses you.
She goes, "Zoop," and she's like, look, I was just saying I wanted to spend time with you. If you send beams at me, I'm not doing it.
He fires another one, narrowing his central eye as he does so. This one's going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, man. 12.
All right, you are charmed
Dang.
by him.
Did I just get beholder roofied?
Yeah, you got beholder roofied.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
So you are under the effects of his charm, and while charmed, you see him as a wonderful friend, a friendly acquaintance.
You know,
And he
I'm sorry
says-
I said it was weird before with you taking the statue. I think that's kind of sweet that you want to look at me like that.
Yeah, let's blow this joint.
And go where?
Back to my place.
That sounds nice.
What kind of a place?
It's underground and far away from the city.
Oh, underground is usually not somewhere I'd like, but I think with you it'd be fine.
I have a lot of Visine. It's awesome.
And he sort of turns his eyes up at the statue and he says,
Won't be needing this.
and he just throws it.
Does
And
it break?
It shatters into 1,000 pieces on the floor.
You seem pleased.
Anything you do pleases me.
Wait till I kill your friends.
I hate this.
That seems weird, but I'm sure that you have it well thought out.
All right. The other three of you, you come skidding into the cathedral, or flying your broom, as the case may be. Make perception checks, the three of you.
Oh, jeez.
I got this. Don't worry.
Stat.
Oops.
That's a dirty 20 for me.
Oh, that's a nat 20 for Jared.
Nat 8. For this boy.
So, Dieth, you hear Evelyn and Xanathar having a conversation, getting a little bit farther away from you, but not quickly so.
Oh, that can't be good. Dieth will like kind of point down that hallway and be like, "Go, go, go!"
And then I said, You're stone. And then he turned to stone.
I've heard that one 3 times already, but it's still funny.
It's my best joke.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
So as you guys skid into view, you see standing near a hole that has basically been disintegrated in the floor of an antechamber, a 30-foot antechamber, is Evelyn and the Xanathar. And the
And
Xanathar,
Evelyn's giggling.
yeah, and they seem to be hitting it off.
What the hell?
You're about 30 feet away, and the Xanathar turns its eyes to you takes on a mean countenance and says,
Leave us alone.
Yeah, you guys probably should, because I think he might kill you otherwise.
I immediately regret saying something. I feel like I would know Evelyn well enough at this point to probably perceive that she is not acting normal.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you don't need to make an insight check to do that.
Yeah. Strix, he has her brainwashed or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, by the
Can
way,
you-
Strix, you're not flying your broom, are you? Still?
No.
You're sort of running alongside them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you holding your staff?
Yeah.
Okay. The lights on your staff go out.
What? Why?
Hmm.
Wait, can I Arcana check that?
You sure can.
Well, I don't know. 9.
Oh,
Batteries.
I just like hit it on the ground. I'm like, no.
Strix.
No. We can't. Nothing's working. Can
I'm
I?
going to count to 10.
I think we have to go. I don't.
If you're still here when I get to 0, you won't be here after that.
He's gonna kill us.
Is it obvious to Benwin that Evelyn is charmed? I have encountered a beholder before.
Yes.
I scream catchphrase and throw a javelin at his center eye.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
No, I didn't want this.
You're making us fight Xanathar.
We're gonna
Nat
die.
20, baby. I've fought Brits before. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't get to resave against charm, right?
You do not.
Cool.
But I'll have you roll initiative anyway,
Okay.
because this dwarf is attacking your good dear friend Xanathar.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Strix.
I got a 19.
Diath,
10.
10. Evelyn,
16.
16. Paulton's not here. Binwin.
20. Nat.
All right. So your javelin launches at this beholder. You can make your attack roll.
I think that.
Nat 20.
All right.
Oh.
So your
Two
javelin.
20s in a row. That has never happened to me playing Benwin ever.
Roll your damage.
Okay.
I really don't want to say this. I really, really don't.
Then don't. 10.
It's a natural 20. It doesn't matter.
And I would like to spend a superiority dice to make it a pushing attack.
I really, really, really don't want to say this, but Evelyn's standing next to Xanathar, her
Yeah.
good friend.
Yes.
And she's definitely going to put out the mom arm for the protection fighting style and impose disadvantage on the attack roll because she doesn't want him to get stabbed. But that was such a pretty attack. I really don't want to
It's
do
fine. It's
Anna, same team.
the rules. It's the rules. It's the rules. It's the rules.
I'm going to say that Binwin's initial attack was during the surprise round.
Oh, good. Great.
So,
Thank you. Awesome.
It's the rules.
Yes.
Surprise round.
So
Live by the rules, die by the rules.
with
Thank
your natural 20, the javelin races
Oh, right. I don't have to
s-
roll damage.
and sinks itself deeply into the Xanathar's central eye,
Perfect.
causing it to explode inward and then sort of expel all of this horrific gore. And you have never heard anything scream as loud as this beholder is screaming now. Its mouth is just as wide as it can possibly be, its eyes just absolutely contorting themselves in inexplicable ways, and this scream shakes the foundations of this very structure and causes and just fills you, Binwin, with love.
I'm gonna have to move.
Binwin.
I'm gonna have to move this book because there's no more room in my pants.
Ah!
Oh my god.
All right, and suddenly your staff sparkles back to life, Strix.
Yay!
Oh, I was so scared. I like shake it. And I'm like, never do that again.
It is the Xanathar's turn. He goes first on the regular initiative.
Expect ones from me for the rest of this evening.
That
Binwin,
was incredible.
Binwin, I would like you to make all the saving throws. First,
No shit.
first make a dexterity saving throw.
Does anyone have a mechanical beholder for me to get into?
You're still within 10 feet of me, right?
No, he's farther away. He's 30 feet away from you.
I was trying to help instead of hurt this time.
I appreciate it. I really do. I rolled a 10.
Okay, Binwin is instantly turned to stone.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
For his second attack, he disintegrates Binwin. Binwin turns to dust.
Oh, it's finally happened.
With its third ray, it turns it on. Well, it looks around and then looks at you, Diath, and says, who the fuck are you? And then shoots you with a beam. Make a dexterity saving throw.
This is fine.
You're good at dexterity.
Look at Anna. Anna's losing it.
I have a little PTSD about dust and beholders.
27.
Okay, so you avoid that terrible, terrible beam as it races past you and doesn't hit anything. It hits like a column outside, and you see the column just kind of turn all brittle and start to just crack.
Okay.
All right, that's the beholder's turn. Then it is, well, it would be Binwin, but Binwin is now a pile of dust.
I gotta text Corey and apologize real quick.
Strix,
Let me text my business partner here.
Sorry, I killed my character.
Just killed four.
We can't fight this.
No. How do
Uh,
we get... Can you help, Evelyn?
Yeah. Wait, I'm looking.
Evelyn's about 30 feet away, standing next to this raging beholder with a blinded main eye.
I need to see something really quick. I have 10 sorcery points. I need to know if I can make another 6-level spell slot with them. How much does it cost to get a spell slot?
Let's see.
I think it's...
It's 6. Oh, wait. You can only create up to the 5th level, can't you?
I have 6-level spells, yeah.
But you can only create up to a 5th level spell slot. Using flexible casting, right?
No, it's sorcery points. I don't know. Like, I think it is. I don't...
Well, no, I'm dead, so I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah, you can use sorcery points, but you can only create spell slots up to a 5th level spell.
Okay. All right. Well, so I can't do that. So how about Okay, well, I am going to cast darkness on Xanathar.
Okay, so a 20-foot radius aura of impenetrable blackness
Yes.
engulfs the Xanathar and Evelyn.
Yeah, and well, and I'm going to, at the same time, use my quicken spell to oh god, I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, I'm gonna just try and use my quicken spell to, I don't know, we're so fucked, to try and polymorph. Actually, I'll try and polymorph the Xanathar first, and then I'll quicken spell darkness on him.
Okay, what is the
It's
DC?
16.
Okay,
Wisdom 16.
he's going to save.
Okay. So that doesn't work, and I'm like, balls! And then I just cast darkness, and I'm like, run!
Okay. Do you want to run? You could have movement left.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is bad.
Strix skedaddles. At the end of Strix's turn, the Xanathar goes again. It's in darkness currently, so it can't see. It will blindly fire.
If Diet doesn't run, by the way, Strix is gonna keep like looking back and being like, "It's time to run! It's time to run!"
It will blindly fire another ray where it thinks Diath is. Diath, make another dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
All right. Again, you dodge the ray firing out of the blackness, and it is Evelyn's turn. You are charmed and of a mind to stay to accompany the Xanathar back to his lair.
But that doesn't mean, like, I see the Xanathar as a friend, but that doesn't mean that I think that everything he does is great. Like, I wouldn't be like, cool, kill my friends.
Right, yes. So you're clearly torn right now.
I think
your friends are fighting, Evelyn.
I know. I think all Evelyn's doing is, no, stop fighting. No, everybody stop. So she's just going to try to get in the middle.
Okay. Well, currently she's in blackness, so...
Can she move blindly toward what she thinks is between the Xanathar and her friends?
Absolutely.
So basically just kind of like stepping out in front of the Xanathar and like putting her hands out and you know.
Does she want to actually emerge from the darkness so that she can be seen?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Diath, you see Evelyn step out of the darkness and put her hands up.
Okay.
And she's like, everybody just calm down. We can all get along.
Is that all you're doing, Evelyn?
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, the Xanathar will use another legendary action and fire another eye ray at Diath, but because you're in the way, Evelyn, you're the target instead. Ooh. So I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, see, if I get myself killed, I'm okay with that. But if I get the Waffle Crew killed, then that really is bad.
By the way, Strix still hasn't ran all the way. She's like hovering, like, come on, come on. She's waiting for everyone.
This is Dex, you said?
Yeah.
17.
Okay. You get out of the way. The beam just misses you. And then it is Diath's turn. Diath, you see the beam zap out and almost just fry Evelyn, but she somehow maneuvers out of the way.
She playfully scolds the Xanathar. Now you watch those rays.
He's still sort of screaming in pain.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Does anything remain of Binwin, or is it like his whole whole being?
Gone. Just little dust flakes.
Don't worry about me, dude.
Oh, you know, just the Waffle Crew killing legendary D&D characters.
You didn't kill me.
Oh no,
That was Chris.
I guess technically his gear would still be there. So.
Oh. Okay.
So it's like in War of the Worlds when it just sort of vaporizes to dust the body, but like the clothes and shit just fall all
like
around
the
it.
end of Infinity War?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good.
Diath?
Diath will just shout, Evelyn! He's trying to kill us! Trying to kill you! Look what he just did to Binwin! As,
They hurt me real bad, Evelyn! My eye! My eye!
Let's fight! Where's Todd?
Evelyn, focus! Think of everything that's back there for you.
It's not going to work. You know it because she's under a magical compulsion.
I know, but I can't do anything else.
So are you doing nothing else?
No, I'm going to... God damn it.
Chris, chat is asking if, since the Xanathar technically attacked me, if that breaks my charm.
That is a fine question.
I mean, I was just in the way, so it technically
Yeah,
didn't
so
attack me.
I'm going to say the way you interpret that is it was a mistake.
Okay.
He wasn't targeting you.
God damn it.
And everything that he has said and suggests he doesn't mean you harm. So thanks, chat, for trying.
So good try.
Diath?
Diath will kind of will retreat in the same direction as Strix, but along the way, try to grab one of Binwin's axes.
You could grab them both probably if you wanted to. They're close. They're close together.
Yeah, I guess both.
They sort
And
of
then,
landed and sort of crossed each other and just sort of are just lying there.
Yeah, you try to grab those along with a little bit of Binwin dust.
Okay.
Just to have that with it too, because I don't know if that's helpful for resurrections or anything.
Okay.
And then basically try to leave the room and like turn the corner in such a place that he's like hiding behind a corner, so he's got like cover or something.
Okay.
And Strix is just like bouncing, like, okay, time to run, okay.
Okay.
And just we can't just leave Evelyn.
We can't die, we can't save her if we're dead. That's the point. We can't save her if we're dead. That's what Paulton said, and he's probably drunk back at the house, and he's gonna be real bad after this, though.
I know. I'm gonna give her one moment. I'm gonna give her one moment to see if she can snap out of it.
It's magic. She can't. But it's fine.
Then get out of here. I'll catch up.
No, Paul, please. She just rolls her eyes.
Another beholder beam sort of randomly lances off in some direction, and it comes back around to the beholder's turn, and Evelyn, you hear his screams becoming more distant, like he is sunk down into that hole and is retreating back to his lair.
Wait for me.
All right, and then it is Strix's turn. Strix, you hear Evelyn say, "Wait for me."
But I don't hear his screaming
Enthusiasm
anymore.
Anna did.
You hear the screaming, but it's becoming more distant.
Shit. Okay.
Can you dispel it?
I can't dispel it. No. I can't dispel what he did. No. But what I can do is I can do something different. I'm going to use I think it's could I use what could alter my voice? Would prestidigitation do that? Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
Okay.
Can you polymorph her? So
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to mimic Xanathar's voice.
She
And I'm
probably
going-
wouldn't be fooled by that because it's just a cantrip.
Damn it! All right. Then I'm gonna try and peek out and try and polymorph her.
Into?
Something that can't move like a fish, but also won't choke to death from lack of water.
How about a snail?
Okay, saving throw, please.
The
Sounds
smallest,
great.
slowest things I could think of.
Evelyn, make a wisdom saving throw.
I hope I fail. I want to be an evil snail.
Evil snails.
Evil ale. Oh my god! Wait, so plus my aura. This is saving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind?
So wisdom.
I think I'm still gonna fail regardless because I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So Evelyn turns into a little snail.
Oh, she's probably a cute little
Yeah.
snail.
Adorablest little snail ever.
Little like gold shell with
Yeah,
like a
it's
little
got-
wing.
And
Little
Strix,
thumb
you
on it.
scoop her up into your hand as the Xanathar's screams of anguish become more distant.
Yeah. Strix just like scuttles over there, and she's like, "See, it worked out. See, but we backed up. It was good. We didn't die. See, except
Yeah.
for Binwin, he's dead."
The snail is slowly trying to make its way back to the Xanathar, but you're able to sort of
Just
carry
real
it away.
Yeah, is that book on the ground that Binwin had?
No, I've got the book.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good.
Well, if it sounds like
Sorry,
if it sounds like Xanathar is like retreating out of here and running,
That's what it
Yeah.
seems like.
I'm gonna try to collect up the rest of whatever Bidwin things are there, his important belongings, because I'm gonna get that back to him,
Okay.
and then we have to get out of here.
The snail has a little Binwin helm. Boink.
Oh.
Aww.
Well, now I
right.
gotta draw that.
Okay.
And then as fast as we can, like we need to get Evelyn as far away from
All
Xanathar
right.
as we can.
You grab the snail and run, and that's where
You
we'll
don't
stop
take-
for tonight.
Ashes?
We
No,
did.
I got a handful of it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
What's funny is that, like, before we played tonight, Corey was like, "Hey, try to find an opportunity to need to come back next week. And I don't think
You're like, you got it, buddy.
I don't think he's gonna appreciate what I chose.
But you did stick a javelin in his eye. That was
That
cool.
was pretty cool.
That you took out his anti-magic cone, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
What's funny is people ask me all the time what would happen if Binwin died, and I'm like, I'd be so happy. I want him to have like a glorious death, and it's D&D, so
Yeah.
it's never permanent. And now I don't know.
He just had an awesome death.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so that's a wrap. Any quick announcements? We're running late, so I don't want to hold people up.
Oh,
Oh,
The chat said Evelyn Avalona Shelvig Marthing.
no.
Can you give this nail curly hair too? Curly blonde locks.
I'll draw it better later.
yeah. Scott, do you have any announcements you'd like to share with everybody watching?
I do. So come meet the Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms team at the Table Titans booth at PAX West, which is what, next week?
So
Yeah, not this coming weekend, but the next.
Right.
So we'll be at booth 7609. I'll have little postcards that unlock Binwin in the game for some lucky attendees. And Adam from Idle Champions, from Codename, will be there, and he and I will be drawing live art on a big screen. So definitely come by the booth. We'll be there the whole time.
Wicked.
Come by
Yay.
and see us.
And we're going to be there too. And I have an announcement as well for Idle Champions. This Friday, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is launching a new DLC featuring Stinky the Cranium Rat.
Oh my God!
What?
Proceeds from Stinky's sales are going towards funding the AFK rooms at PAX, starting with PAX West.
He's dead,
And
but he
AFK
lives in the digital
He
world.
does, yes.
Yeah.
AFK rooms are spaces intended to provide attendees with a place to recharge or regain your calm when you need a moment away. Very strict appropriate. Stinky has been made into a familiar, just like the Chewinga, which will automatically perform some tasks for you in-game, and you can find more information at idlechampions.com. So Stinky's going all to charity. So, charity
Very good.
Stinky, yay.
That's
Yay.
awesome. Wonder if I can get some Dia Familiar DLC, but it's just Shemeshka.
Nice. That's, yeah,
And
very
you
good.
paid for it.
Right.
I also have an Idle Champions announcement, which is that all of us, all the Dice Camera Action cast, will be doing 2 1-hour signings at the Table Titans booth for Idle Champions. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and we'll be signing an exclusive never before seen poster that has
That's right.
all of the cast, including Paulton.
I've
Chris.
seen it. It's awesome.
Well,
It's awesome.
and also Chris Perkins is on the poster.
I am.
He isn't actually in the game. They wanted to make that clear,
right.
but he's on the poster. And I think it says we're going to reveal the poster. Do you have it?
They're showing it on stream already.
Oh, sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
So
So there's the poster. Enjoy. And that also does reveal that for certain, Paulton will be included in the game later this year. So watch for more
Correct.
details, which is very exciting. So if you're at PAX, we'll be at that booth doing those signings for 1 hour each at 12 p.m. Saturday and 3 p.m. Sunday. So mark your calendar. Very excited. Thanks to Idle Champions for always
Absolutely.
making
Thank
us-
you, Out Champions.
Yeah. And as far as other announcements, we also have our Ask the Waffle Crew Anything panel at PAX West, and we'll be around for lots more stuff. So stay tuned and be sure to tune in to see us.
So PAX
We're
West is
sorry
where
you
it's
died.
happening.
We're sorry you died, Binwin.
Continuing a long tradition.
Did Binwin just get minioned?
Oh,
did.
no.
Oh, sad. On that
Finally,
note,
I can play another character.
Oh, whoops. I gave the wrong times. It's 3 p.m. Saturday, 12 p.m. Sunday. I mixed
okay,
them up.
that happens. Okay, then that's it for this week, folks. Tune in next week when the Waffle Crew returns for another breathtaking episode of Dice Camera Action. And until then, please take care of each other and take care of yourselves, and have a great week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.